Fala galera do UFC Fight, Diego Ribas, diretamente de Las Vegas, uma conexão com a Austrália. DRICUS du Plessis, campeão do UFC. DRICUS, how are you? Thank you for your time.
Man, great to be back. Only a pleasure.
DRICUS, you are fighting in Australia again, you fought in Canada before as well. Do you enjoy traveling that much and being able to reach fans around the globe?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm glad I do, because if I didn't, I don't really have much of a choice. But I do enjoy it. It's amazing. It's a good part of doing doing what I love and seeing the world, traveling the world, meeting fans and people, making friends, and getting to know cultures from all over the world. It's incredible.
And do you expect having the fans supporting you Saturday night?
Well, I don't expect anything of that. Expecting fans to support or boo, or it's irrelevant to me. It doesn't really matter to me. If they support me or they want me to lose, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But I know the fans are going to be entertained, and it's my second time fighting here in Australia in a short time, so I think I've almost became a familiar face in Australia. And I really enjoyed the Australian crowd. When I was fighting in Perth, the fans weren't for me, but it was the most amazing crowd. And after the fight, they were cheering for me.
Mhm.
And, because the fans come to see amazing fights, and that's what I'll deliver. And I can't wait to do that.
Perfect. Let's talk about Sean Strickland. Uh, was his name, the first name, was ever his name on the conversation for this title defense, or other names were thrown in the talking for this show?
I mean, there were some options. I mean, at that stage, there were so many. I mean, after the easy fight, there was so many things that needed to happen in the middleweight division. We were in a place where, who's fighting next? Do you wait for Robert Whittaker and Hamzat, and or you do the Strickland rematch and immediately? I mean, I was happy with the rematch immediately. That was the first name given to me. That was the first name, and I was happy with that. Immediately accepted that, and I was completely happy with that, to do the rematch. And the rematch doesn't mean anything to me, in a sense where, on me, for me, I get it. I just beat the same guy twice. So for my legacy and resume, it doesn't mean much. It just beating the same guy again, this time just in better fashion. But to me, it wasn't something that I was chasing. For him, it was something he's chasing. Obviously, he's saying he didn't lose that fight, but it's more, I think, making noise to get another title fight, which I can only respect. But I'm not here to pick fights. I'm not here to be a matchmaker. I take the fights they give to me. I was definitely, after the fight with Hamzat and Robert Whittaker, very excited to fight Hamzat. I thought he was going to jump the line, and that's the fight I wanted immediately. But they said Strickland, and I said, well, okay, then that's the fight. I'm happy to fight either one of them.
Okay, that's interesting, because that was supposed to be my next question. Like, because you said you were happy with Sean Strickland's name, but you just said that you wanted Khamzat. Why did you want Khamzat?
Because after that performance against Whittaker, there was a lot of hype, and people were going, I want to prove I'm the best in the world. I've already proven that I can beat Strickland. I want to prove myself against the best fighters like Israel Adesanya. That's why I wanted that fight. He was the best in the world. I want to fight the best in the world. Strickland is the best, one of the best in the world. I just think after a performance like he had against Paulo Costa versus the performance Robert Whittaker, or Khamzat had against Robert Whittaker, Khamzat deserves the title shot more. And he's never lost. It's a new opponent, more exciting, and I was excited to go out there, be the first guy to beat him, and show that I don't have to go and beat the same guy again. I can beat the guy that people think is unbeatable, who hasn't been beaten. I wanted that. But in saying that, I know Strickland is an incredibly good fighter. He is a dangerous, dangerous man, and I take this fight so seriously. It's the biggest fight of my life, and it's going to be the hardest fight of my life up until this point.
the next fight is always the hardest fight, right?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Perfect. It's interesting because Sean Strickland said something. I don't recall the words, but he said something about challenging you to fight, just striking fight, no like no takedowns attempts, no grappling, no submission, and I believe you denied, right?
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
not that I know I can outstrike Sean Strickland, and I
Okay.
will show that. But I don't make pacts with contenders. I'm a champion. I don't make deals with contenders. You will fight me, and I will fight the way I fight. You don't dictate the way I fight.
Fair enough. Fair enough for sure. And the your approach when you see the game, the way you approach the game, did something changed after you became the champion?
Not too much, you know. I think the one thing that does change is the responsibility of being the example of what it takes to be a world champion in the gym, in the on the training mat, showing the people that have trained with me over all these years. You know, when I was coming up the ranks, even before the UFC, all of them training with me every day, showing them that look, in the same gym, same facility, same coaches for all these years, you can become the best in the world. And I have to be the example of what it takes, being there first, working the hardest, training, doing everything, especially in that gym, and showing them what it takes to be a world champion. So the responsibility got more, getting into that gym and outworking every single person in there and showing them that's why I'm the world champion. And if you want to be that, you can. You just have to put in that work.
Awesome, beautiful words. Dricus, your last the first fight against Shah, you won by split decision, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely.
Looking back to that fight, what could have done in order to make the victory clear, or what can you do Saturday night to make the victory clear?
Yeah, I think I was very surprised about the split decision. I thought it was definitely unanimous, but you know, it is in the past. And this time around, do exactly what I did. Go forward, fight my style. Just do it earlier. Don't give him that first round. It's not going to be a feeling out process for as long as it was in that first fight. And be sharper. You know, I was landing, but it took me a while to get my timing because his defense is so good.
Mm.
Now, you know, go forward and be smarter with my strikes. Don't just throw. Be more patient, but with intensity. Be more accurate and make the shots count. I think that's pushing the pace from the first round to the last, not waiting a round and a half, 2 rounds to go because I know now that I can go 5 rounds full speed. Push that pace and everything I do cleaner, more accurate. That is the things that I think I need to impose, and that's the things that I've been working on this past year.
Got it. As you know, I'm from Brazil, and there is something interesting for us Brazilians, that the fact that Alex Pereira Poatan is going to be on Sean's corner again. And if I believe yesterday, Sean Strickland during a media day, he said something about Alex. That Alex hates you. Do you know? Do you think Alex hates you? Have you ever talked to Alex? Why do you think Sean said that? Like, and how is the feeling of having Alex in the opposite corner?
I mean, he was in the corner for the last fight. It doesn't make any difference to me. The same for this one. I don't think he hates me. If he does, I don't know why. Maybe, you know, sometimes you see people and you just don't like them. Maybe that's it. Maybe he doesn't like my face. Maybe he doesn't like my attitude. I don't know. I don't think he hates me. If he does, I don't no idea. We have never spoken to each other. I've asked him for a photo, I think, once. I think Alex is an incredible fighter. One of the greatest to ever walk this earth, greatest combat athletes ever. And I have the world's respect for him and his what he's achieved in this sport and all the combat sports that he's participated in. But if he hates me, I don't care. I have enough friends.
Good. Do you see yourself moving up and fighting Alex Pereira or whoever is the champion at that time once?
Yeah, eventually. It looked like sooner I wanted to defend the belt at least 3 times, then go up. But now with how exciting the middleweight division is at this stage, it looks incredible. And it would be an honor to share the octagon with with a fighter like Alex. I mean, I think the man he's in the Hall of Fame for sure, and I think it would be an honor to fight him. And I hope by the time I'm ready to move up in weight that he's still there. It would be great to share that octagon.
Perfect. My last question, Ricus. Um, your last 2 fights, we saw how good were you during the press conference, and how do you handle the trash talk? Actually, were you always good on getting under people's skin and getting on their minds? Is there something that you do? You prepare yourself, like some quotes, or do you know how to get in that position that piss them off? Let's say like that.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I definitely don't prepare for it. It's definitely not that. I mean, I guess with the friends and family, South Africa, how we are, we just always trying to get under each other's skin as friends, and so we're always sharp and quick with answers. And sometimes you win it, sometimes you lose it, but it's never why I'm able to do that. Like it's for me, nothing bothers me. Nothing they can say can get under my skin. I know that for a fact. There's not one thing you can say that gets under my skin, and I for me, I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun up there. If you respect me up there, I'll respect you. But if you try and be a bully, I'll make you regret it.
You, if somebody tries to be a bully, you're gonna fight back, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your time. But as we always do here, I'm gonna let you by yourself here and ask you, please, can you send a message for your Brazilian fans and maybe answer the question why they should watch your fight Saturday night?
Everybody in Brazil, I've been there a couple of times. Incredible, incredible place. One of the starting grounds of this sport. You have legends, so many legends coming from there. It's an honor to fight in front of you. It's amazing to represent this sport we all love so much. Tune in this weekend. Like always, I would promise to give you entertaining fights. I promise not to jab and teep my way to victory. Go out there and make it all war from the first round until the fight is over. And this fight is probably not seeing the last round. Thank you so much for supporting.